Hello there you guys, welcome to another of my live videos, and today I'm just going to be officially updating you guys on some more current latest news. Now, just got a few things to discuss today about a bit of transfer rumours and that, and what's going on in the media and the press. A few more things have updated, as I'm going to update you on right now. Reportedly now, this is regarding Emre Can from Liverpool Football Club, because we know Emre Can becomes a free transfer next summer, and he is coming to a conclusion of his current deal. But reportedly, it has suggested out, that Juventus have been heavily linked with Emre Can. Juventus have been monitoring Emre Can as well, and he classified Juventus' interest as an honour, did Emre Can, but he did admit he was still fully committed to Liverpool Football Club, Emre Can, in the current process. But reportedly, it has suggested out basically now that Manchester City, he did say he does prefer a move to Manchester City, and it did say he favours a move to Manchester City over Juventus, and it did say he was planning out to see his current contract and then leave on a free next summer and join Manchester City. Emre Can, reportedly for him to sign a new deal, it did say before he was demanding a release clause if he is to sign a new deal. Plus, he was demanding a wage increase as well in the current process, and even his representatives would like to see Emre Can's representatives would like to see him get a wage increase as well in his current deal, and a release clause as well. But reportedly now, and Juventus have been in talks with Liverpool, have also approached Emre Can's representatives in this as well. But reportedly, it has said in the media that he could sign. He says in the media he will. He's been demanding wages now of £150,000 a week if he is to sign a new deal with Liverpool. So what it's basically saying is if Liverpool meet the expectations, if Liverpool meet what Emre Can is demanding, and he's demanding wages of £150,000 a week. So if Liverpool were to meet this, it did say in the process it is likely he will sign a new deal with Liverpool Football Club. So reportedly, he's demanding £150,000 a week if he is to sign a new deal with Liverpool Football Club. Is Emre Can? So he wants he wants a wage increase basically now. Does Emre Can, if he's to stay and sign a new deal with Liverpool Football Club? But as I said, City have been keen on him, as I said, because Pep Guardiola's still got quite a few targets he's interested in. But City did spend a lot of money in August, but they're still looking to reinvest. They're still looking to add character and depth into their squad, because his versatility is very, very good. His Emre Can can play as defensive mid, can play as centre-back, can play as a full-back, and Emre Can as well. Very, very good for Germany as well. And we know Liverpool purchased him for £10 million for Bayer Leverkusen in 2014. So this is his fourth season in the process. He's Emre Can's, and he's made over a century appearances now for Liverpool, as I said. And he's done very, very well this season. He risen up the ranks fantastically well with Bayern Munich, did Emre Can as well. And he graduated well from their youth system. But the majority of his time there, he did play in the reserves team, did Emre Can in the current process. But we know he's coming to an end of his deal, but he's demanding now reportedly wages of £150,000 a week if he is to stay at Liverpool Football Club and sign a new deal in the process. So we will see what happens about that, but that's a big breaking news about that. Also, we know to update you on as well in the press, have also reported out is about Raheem Sterling and Alexis Sanchez now in the current process. So reportedly now, Arsenal are going to revive their interest in Raheem Sterling, and I think Arsenal and Arsene Wenger are keen on a swap deal, of Sanchez going to City, Sterling going to Arsenal, and we know there were talks about this in August, each player going, with the talks about this in the August window, we heard about, Sterling going to Arsenal, Sanchez going to City. There were talks about that swap deal potentially happening, but Arsenal wanted that to happen basically, and there was going to be a mateway fee paid as part of the swap deal as well. But it never happened, this swap deal, due to that City were reluctant and were resisted to offload Raheem Sterling as part of the deal for Sanchez, and City were only keen on a cash-only deal for Alexis Sanchez. But Raheem Sterling, very, very good indeed. This is his third season, I think, in the process now, Manchester City or something like that. He's definitely, I think, made now over a century appearances for Manchester City. We know he risen up the ranks with Queen's Park Rangers. He went to the likes of Liverpool, and City had purchased him for £49 million for Liverpool back in 2015 as well. But he looks very, very good, and I think, Pep Guardiola still thinks he's a key player in their squad. City have got class in their team. They've got Sterling, Aguero. There were talks about Aguero of a potential swap deal with Sanchez as well. That come to a conclusion. That never happened. They've got Gabriel Jesus, Sané. City have got a fantastic squad, but they're still looking to add more depth into their squad as well. But there has been, reportedly now, the press are reporting that Arsenal are going to revive their interest in Sterling. Possibly they may enter negotiations over a potential swap deal of Sterling going to Arsenal, Sanchez going to Manchester City, but City may be reluctant and resistant to offload him like they were back in August, as we all know. But obviously, Arsenal are trying to identify replacements for Sanchez and Music Ozil in the current process. Said Sanchez is another player that does want to go. He's refused to sign a new deal with Arsenal. He's also another player that's been demanding a higher wage increase, as well as Alexis Sanchez in the current process. But he's very, very good. He can play attacking mid, can play on each flank as well, can Alexis Sanchez. And I think it'd be fantastic for Manchester United. You know, a lot of teams, you know, have been reportedly, you know, interested in Alexis Sanchez in the current process. I still think City emergency fund wants to go on and get him. It did say PSG were willing to pay about £30 million for him in the January window, because PSG have invested a lot of money as well. But he's been approached by so many teams. But whether City, you know, go pay 20 or 30 million for him in January, maybe wait until next summer when he becomes a free transfer. But yeah, there has been talks again, reportedly. The may do talks, Arsenal and City, over this situation, you know. And Wenger is keen on the swap deal, and I think Wenger's keen on getting Sterling as a replacement for Sanchez into his team. Into his team as well. But Sanchez, I don't think City are going to offload Raheem Sterling, because they still know he's a key player in their squad. And I think City are only keen on a cash-only deal. So I think City may go for him in January and just pay 20, 30 million pound to get Alexis Sanchez, because it did say Arsenal were actually willing to offload Sanchez for about 20, 30 million pound in January. But it did say, you know, as I said, Arsenal could have cashed 50, 60 million pound in for him, don't forget, in the August window. But obviously Arsenal couldn't find that replacement. City weren't prepared to do business of offloading Sterling as part of the deal. This is why it never materialised in the process. But Sanchez has won honours at River Plate, he's won honours at Barcelona. He's won at Coca-Cola as well. He's won 3 FA Cups in 4 seasons as Arsenal. You know, he's fantastic with Pep Guardiola at Barcelona. As we all know, he's made over century appearances now for Arsenal. And Arsenal paid £35 million for him from Barcelona, as we all know. But he wanted Champions League football, Alexis Sanchez. And I think he was also demanding a higher wage from Arsenal as well. I think he was demanding about £400,000 a week from Arsenal. He also made his international debut in 2006, as we all know. Did Alexis Sanchez, but his work rate, he's got good. His effort into his game's good. He's a hard-working player. But the way he establishes himself is fantastic as well. And he's a fantastic number 7. But either way, whether this Sterling is to maybe work in the window, Sanchez is going to go either way. But I just don't think City are going to offload Raheem Sterling as part of the deal in January. But obviously City are desperate for Alexis Sanchez. But Arsenal could still may revive the interest in Thomas Lemar. You know, that's another player that were Arsenal's main priority target during the August window. You know, they were interested in Thomas Lemar as well. Arsenal didn't get a deal over the line due to that Monaco were reluctant and were resisted to offload Thomas Lemar as part of the deal. So a deal never went over the line. But as I said, he's still in the contract with Monaco till about 2019-20. He can play attacking mid, he can play on each flank, his passing ability is good, his dribbling is very, very good. This is his 3rd season now in the process with Monaco, because Arsenal had 2 bids rejected for him in August. Liverpool had 2 bids rejected for him in August. Liverpool probably now are identifying replacements for Coutinho, because it's likely he is going to go to Barcelona in January, and Liverpool could still revive the interest in Thomas Lemar as well. But Arsenal didn't get a deal over the line, and Arsenal had 2 bids rejected, and he made his international debut in 2016. And the president did confirm with Monaco that he's likely to leave Monaco next summer, but Arsenal may still go in for him in January if they don't get deals done for maybe if they don't get Sterling as part of the exchange Sanchez, or you know, they could do, because Arsenal have had quite a few players on their radar. And what else was I going to say? And, you know, there's been Julian Draxler made, as we all know, as a potential replacement as well. I don't think don't think Julian Draxler has got any intentions of leaving PSG, to be quite fair. I think he's admitted he isn't considering leaving Paris Saint-Germain. I think he feels happy at Paris Saint-Germain, does Julian Draxler, because that's that's been Arsenal's long-term target as well. But I think he feels as though he's happy, consider the amount of money that PSG had invested in the August window, I don't think they can get any players, at the moment that are pretty expensive, especially, due to, financial fair play regulations and stuff like that. But Julian Draxler, he's surpassed two requirements now. He's not going to be guaranteed for seeing football week in, week out, due to the amount of money that PSG invested. PSG could offload quite a few players in January, believe it or not. It's said in the press as well. This could maybe include Julian Draxler as well. But he's a very, very good player, and he did say back in the August window that Julian Draxler could be available to be sold for £32 million. A few teams have been interested in him. But as I said, he's only been at PSG since January, and PSG purchased him £42 million from Wolfsburg, as we all know, in the current process. Very, very good in the... He's very, very good with both feet. He's strong, he's quick, he's skillful, he's good in the air. He's Draxler, as we all know. And, he was very, very good in the Confederations Cup, was Julian Draxler. Very, very good indeed. Very, very good in 2014 FIFA World Cup as well. Good in the Euros. And he's up the ranks fantastically well with Schalke. Made 171 appearances with Schalke. Scored 30 goals in the process. So that's why he's up the ranks fantastically well. He used to play with Klosnec there as well, who's currently at Arsenal as well now. But Draxler, very, very good... indeed, but I think maybe Arsenal could get Draxler if Sanchez was actually to go to Paris Saint-Germain in the current process. But yeah, they are looking for replacements at Arsenal. But it did report the other day in the press actually that Arsenal have actually found their replacement. It was according to reports, because obviously it did say Arsenal willing to offload Ozil for 30 million, Sanchez for 30 million in January as well. But it did mention the Lyon player, Nabil Fekir from Lyon as well, can play attacking mid. He can play as a striker as well, can what's his name, Nabil Fekir as well. And reportedly, it did say Arsenal were closing in on a deal of £60 million for the player. And it did say Arsenal were willing to pay a club record fee of £60 million for Nabil Fekir to replace Ozil and Alexis Sanchez at Arsenal Football Club. But as I said, yeah, reportedly it did say Arsenal closing on a deal of £60 million for the player. He's now at Lyon. As I said, he risen up the Lyon youth system fantastically well. He got promoted into the senior team in 2013. Did the player as well. He made his international debut in 2015 for France as well. Did Nabil Fekir as well in the current process, and he become a regular in Lyon's first team in his second season with the club as well. He's been in the first team now 4 to 5 years as the player, but as I said, in his first season, in the 2013-14, he made 17 appearances. In the 2014-15, he scored 13 goals and 9 assists. 2015-16, missed large parts of 2015-16 due to injury. And 2016-17, last season, he scored 10 goals and 10 assists. This season, he's already scored 12 goals as well. So he's a very, very good player. He's distinctive in his play, he's creative, he leads the lines very, very well. And that'd be a fantastic replacement in my eyes. And, obviously, Arsenal purchased Lacazette 52 million in August, and maybe Nabil Fekir is looking to reunite with Lacazette in the current process. He did say that was in the press the other day that Arsenal were closing in on a deal for him as well. Arsenal closing on a deal for him as well. But looks a very, very good player, as I said. But also to give you a bit of an update on as well, is as I did report to you guys yesterday, didn't I, was about Gareth Bale. I did report to you guys, didn't I, about Gareth Bale for coming to Manchester United, and it did say yesterday in the press that Real Madrid have lowered their asking price to £62 million. So it's saying now Real Madrid are demanding that they want 62 million reportedly for Gareth Bale in the current process, because it did say before that Florentino Perez was looking to generate the money that they basically paid for him from Tottenham back in 2013, which was about £85 million. But the Real Madrid board have been under pressure to basically get rid of Gareth Bale. Since he's been in Spain and Madrid, he's had nothing but injury problems. He's had a lot of injury problems as Gareth Bale. His recent injury, I think, is a calf injury as well as Gareth Bale. But reportedly, Real Madrid have asked that they've lowered the price to £62 million. I think that's what they want for Gareth Bale. And so could Manchester United actually make a move for him next summer? Because we know we've been heavily into him. We're heavily into him during the David Moyes era. We've been linked to him quite a long time. What? Yeah. We've been linked to him quite a long time. But he's got good physical attributes. He could cross a ball. He's good in the air. He's good at crossing. He's got tremendous speed, and when he's fully fit, Gareth Bale is absolutely fantastic. But it did say Mourinho was looking to go for him in the August window. Man United were willing to pay up to £100 million to get Gareth Bale in the current process. But he's saying now Real Madrid have lowered their asking price to £62 million, so that could maybe see Jose Mourinho actually make a move for him next summer, Gareth Bale. As I said, and since he's been at Madrid, he's won 10 honours. He's won 10 honours with Madrid, 3 Champions Leagues in 4 seasons. As I said, with Real Madrid as well. He's made 5 appearances this season so far in La Liga and scored 2 goals. And we know he's up the ranks fantastically well with Southampton, did Gareth Bale, as I said. That's when he started as a left-back, and then he became more of an attacking player when he went to Tottenham. So he's Premier League proven as well, because he had 6 fantastic years with Tottenham Hotspur Football Club, did Gareth Bale, and he's won Premier League Player of the Season, Football of the Year, PFA a couple of times as well. And he made 146 appearances for Tottenham, scored 42 goals. He did Gareth Bale as well, and now he's currently at Real Madrid, and for Wales in Euro 2016 was top scorer with 7 goals, 26 international goals for Wales all in all, the second top scorer for Wales, and he's earned 60 caps for Wales as well, and he's been named Welsh Footballer of the Year record 6 times as well, so he has got a fantastic pedigree behind him. But take away the injuries, he's got a fantastic pedigree behind him, but with the injuries, especially during his time in Real Madrid, don't look good in the current process. But also suggesting now about Mesut Ozil as well. He's another player that's looking like he's going to leave Arsenal. Could he be potentially Manchester United's next signing, Mesut Ozil, in the current process? Because he did say, reportedly told teammates that he does want to join Manchester United, Mesut Ozil, in the process. But it did say in the press yesterday, because we know he's not going to sign a new Arsenal deal, but it did say in the current press yesterday that Atletico Madrid were interested in making a move for Mesut Ozil in the process. But this, I think Atletico Madrid, this basically depends on whether we get Saul Niguez in the January transfer window, which is an Atletico Madrid player. So it could depend on his future, Saul Niguez, or we sign him, whether Atletico Madrid are considering making a move for Ozil in the January window. But it did say actually Atletico Madrid had contacted Mesut Ozil over potentially making a move back to Spain, because we know he's got experience playing in Spain, because he was in Spain for 3 years with Real Madrid, was Mesut Ozil. And reportedly it did say Atletico Madrid were willing to offer him a sign-on fee, and we're willing to offer him over £200,000 a week, Mesut Ozil as well. But he has been demanding over £300,000 a week from Arsenal, as well as Mesut Ozil, don't forget. And Jose Mourinho classifies him as a fantastic number 10. And he also did say if he is to sign a new deal, he is demanding that he did want to wear Jack Wilshere's number 10 shirt, Mesut Ozil. He did say Arsenal were willing to offload him £30 million, because Arsenal obviously would rather cash in rather than let him leave on a free next summer. But he did say he's still 100% focused on Arsenal. But we know the contract talks have currently stalled over this situation. But he can create chances. He can provide assists. He's a fantastic playmaker. He's a Mesut Ozil. He's definitely made over century appearances now, since being at Arsenal. This is his 5th season in the process, because Arsenal paid £42.5 million for him for Madrid. And he's won 3 FA Cups in 4 seasons, as we all know, just like Sanchez. And it's the highest paid fee for the German player as well. And he's also had experience playing in Germany, because he was in the Bundesliga for 5 years as well. Was Mesut Ozil, as we all know. But him and Jose Mourinho are fantastic together at Real Madrid. And Jose Mourinho, is probably keen on reuniting with Mesut Ozil in the process. So it could still potentially happen. But it did say Arsenal willing to offload us £30 million they're willing to offload Sanchez 20 or 30 million, and then they can get that 60 million and get the pursuit of Nabil Fekir and Arsenal. This is what he said in the press. Arsenal were closing on a deal for the Lyon player as well. That was in the press a couple of days ago as well. But I'll talk about this Saul Niguez, as I said. So basically, it says if we actually sign Saul Niguez, it did say Atletico Madrid want to sign Ozil in the January transfer window. So basically, if we don't sign Saul Niguez, then maybe Atletico Madrid won't be too bothered about maybe going for Ozil. But it says if we sign Saul Niguez, who did reportedly say he does want to join Man U, then Atletico Madrid could go for Mesut Ozil in the process. But Saul Niguez, as we all know, has got a 9-year contract, as we all know. He signed it back in July 2017, and he does have a release clause of around about £133 million as well, can the player. But obviously we can afford that amount of money, you know, one of the richest clubs in the world, you know, alongside City and, you know, Barcelona and all that, and, you know, and Real Madrid in the process. But Jose Mourinho's, you know, is looking at quite a few players because it's been, the board have made it clear to us, you know, we have to sell basically, you know, before we can buy in the current process, and that's been made clear, as we all know. That's been made clear. We have to sell before we can buy. So, and it did basically say, you know, Man United, you know, willing to offload Luke Shaw for 20 million in January because he's another player, you know, that's falling down the pecking order. You know, it did say his career could be over, you know, after fallout with Jose Mourinho as well. Luke Shaw in the current process. He has a fallout with Jose Mourinho, as we all know. He made his international debut in 2014. We purchased him for £29 million from Southampton. Luke Shaw as well in the current process. But yeah, we know that's where he'd risen up the ranks fantastically well, Luke Shaw as well in the current process. But he's just frustrated with a lack of game time he's getting at Manchester United. This is his 4th season in the process. You know, he hasn't even played in the Premier League this season. He's only played twice in the Carabao Cup as Luke Shaw in the current process, and he's still under contract with Manchester United, as we all know, until 2019 as well. Is Luke Shaw in the current process? But we know that he's known for injuries. He's Luke Shaw as well. He did say, you know, Arsenal and Chelsea were reportedly interested. He mentioned City, mentioned Tottenham as well, because, you know, Luke Shaw may be keen on reuniting with Pochettino after they were fantastic together at Southampton as well in the current process. And yeah. I think Luke Shaw's going to go, and I think we'll benefit, you know, if we can get £20 million for a player that's known for injuries, hasn't really had the chance to perform since he's come to Manchester United. You know, he's only played 32 times for Manchester United as Luke Shaw, as we all know, but he is good when he gets them run of games. But Jose Mourinho's identified a few players at the left backs. You know, he's targeted out Jordi Alba, Ryan Sessegnon, as we all know. Kieran Turner, Man U reportedly targeted. You know, Danny Rose could be the favoured, you know, to go on and replace Luke Shaw, as we all know, in the current process. So, yeah, so he's looked at quite a few left backs. He's looking at a few midfielders now. He's Mourinho as well, because we could see a couple of our midfielders go. What? All right. We could see a couple of our midfielders go, especially, you know, in the current process. Could see a couple of our midfielders go. Fellaini did say, you know, Mourinho wants to keep Fellaini, but Jose Mourinho wants to keep Fellaini because he's a big admirer of the player. You know, he's made a big impact this season as Fellaini. You know, obviously, before he currently got injured, Fellaini has made a fantastic impact in the current process before he got injured. This is 5th season of the process. We just paid over £27 million for him from Everton. He's definitely now made over 2 century appearances in the Premier League as Manny and Fellaini in the current process. He did say in the press the other day, Man United had reportedly agreed to sell Manny and Fellaini for £8 million in January, and he did confirm the agent had been in discussions with Besiktas, because Besiktas had been linked to him. We know Galatasaray had been linked to him, but obviously Jose Mourinho had blocked Fellaini making a move to Galatasaray in the August window, as we all know. But I think this is definitely, you know, his best season in the Manchester United shirt. He's complimenting himself well in that midfield as Manny and Fellaini, definitely well. He's made a big impact this season. I've been very, very impressed with him. Obviously, before he got injured, he's just recently recovered from injury, as we all know. Marion Fellaini, so he could go. And there's been talks about Ander Herrera as well, because he did say Ander Herrera's also on Atletico Madrid's agenda as well. He's also been on Barcelona's agenda before as Ander Herrera, but he's a player he has struggled this season at Manchester United. Let's be honest, as Ander Herrera, he has struggled. Wasn't as good as he was last season, because he won the Club Player of the Year last season, Ander Herrera. But Mourinho's mainly sticks with Matic and Pogba in the midfield this season, especially at the first part of the season. But obviously we've got a few injuries, and then Herrera coming to the mix a bit more. But obviously, he's going to be maybe frustrated with a lack of game time he's getting his Ander Herrera, so he may want to move on. Mourinho, I think, has blocked him from making a move to Atletico Madrid. And Herrera, we still have the option to put a 1-year extension on his contract, to take him under contract with Manchester United until 2019 as well. But yeah, this is his 4th season now in the process. And he's had experience of playing in Spain, because, he played in Spain with Atletico Bilbao as well. But that's everything to update today, guys. The main part of this video is about Emre Can. As I said, he's reportedly demanding his Emre Can that he wants wages of around £150,000 a week for him to sign a new deal with Liverpool Football Club. So, are Liverpool preparing to meet what Emre Can is currently demanding as well? So anyway, guys, that's everything to update today. Drop your comments, likes, on the channel. If you do, consider subscribe to my channel as always. Take care, guys, and I'll see you all later. Bye.